Very good morning to all of you. Nice to hear you, nice to see you. Now we will start the chapter of motion, in which we will move toward the solving of numericals, which is related with the chapter motion. So up to now we studied about the motion, velocity, speed, displacement, etc. and etc. After studying the first law of motion, second law of motion, third law of motion, we derived them on the basis of mathematical representation as well as graphical representation. Today we are here to discuss the thing, very important thing, that after getting the theoretical knowledge, what we have to do or how we can solve the problem. For that, I am in front of you with an example of two questions which is given in our NCERT book. We will discuss it and try to understand that how we can solve the question, or in other words we can say that which kind of process we have to follow or which kind of a step we have to follow for the solving of question. So as well as my daily routine, again I am requesting to all of you that focus yourself, concentrate your mind on today's topic, today's discussion for the chapter of motion. So I am hoping that all of you are present in front of me with a fresh mind, and now again it's my humble request that physics is nothing but a combination of logic, theorem and numericals. So logic we discussed, whatever the principles we discussed, and now my session is only to give you the explanation that how we can solve all the questions. Those comes under the chapter of motion. So according to question number exercise 8.5, if you will go to NCERT book, you will see the example of 8.5. Whatever the question will be there or question is there, actually in my online classes what I am doing, I am just taking the terms from the relevant question and afterward we will start the solving question. So here you can easily see that according to the question, the object was at rest position, so I considered u as the 0. V means known as final velocity. Final velocity, how much is given? 72 km per hour. 72 km per hour. When I was discussing the thing in my previous section, I told you that if you have to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, then you have to just multiply the magnitude which is given as kilometer per hour by 5 by 18, and whatever the magnitude will come, that will be known as in the unit of meter per second. So for that what I did, we converted 72 km per hour to meter per second. 72 km per hour to meter per second. So for that I multiplied 72 by 5 by 18, whatever the trick I wrote in my previous class. And 18 into 4 is equal to 74, so I cut 18 to 74, and 5 into 4 20. So by the help of multiplying 5 by 18, simply we are converting kilometer per hour to meter per second, and that will be 20 meter per second. Here according to your question, time is given, t is equal to 5 minutes. Again I have to convert meter to second, so I multiplied it by 60, because if you are a student, if you are genius student or like a student, those are trying to learn and all, you know that there are 60 seconds in a minute. So I multiplied it by 60, that will come around 300 seconds. Here again मैं आपसे अनुरोध करता हूँ कि अब मैं हिंदी भाषा का व्यवहार कर रहा हूँ ताकि जो मेरे तथ्य हैं वो दोनों भाषाओं में एज वेल एज इन इंग्लिश और हिंदी में भी आप समझ सकें। कि अगर प्रारंभिक वेलोसिटी, अंतिम वेलोसिटी और समय अगर किसी और इकाई में दिया हुआ है, जैसे किलोमीटर पर आवर, मिनट और सेकेंड, so it's better for me that first of all we'll convert the kilometer to meter, minute to second, as well as hour to second, as well as kilometer per hour to meter per second. So I did all the things, and afterward I will go to the basic concept of A is equal to V minus U by T. Here I wrote A is equal to V minus U by T. By the help of that we put final velocity is 20, initial velocity is 0 because the object was at rest position, by total time taken 5 minutes, whatever, after converging we get 300 seconds. So after calculating, simply we will get acceleration is equal to 1 by 15 meter per second square. Why meter per second square? Because meter by second, it means meter by second into second. So the unit of acceleration will be meter per second square. So acceleration is equal to meter 1 by 15 meter per second square. And at the second question, or we can say that in the second part of the question, we have to find out the total moved distance, total traveled distance. So S is equal to what? Actually, according to the third law of motion, we know that 2as is equal to v square minus u square, where v is equal to final velocity, u is equal to initial velocity, a is equal to acceleration of the object. Yes. So by that we can simply S is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. S is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Yes. So we will put 20 at the place of v, so 20 square minus initial velocity was 0, so minus 0 by 2 into a, and a will be 1 by 15. So after calculating we will get 3000 meter. After calculating we will get 3000 meter. So our answer will be 3000 meter. But according to the question, the unit was given in term of kilometer per hour, time was given in the term of minute. So we can also write in the form of kilometer, and 3000 meter is equal to 3 kilometer, because we know very well that 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. So we will divide 3000 by 1000 to convert meter unit into kilometer, and we will get 3 kilometer. I am hoping that by the first example I explain you that how to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, how to change the time, what is the need or necessity for the changing of unit and time in a common platform. Afterward we discuss to find out the value of A as well as the total traveled distance by an object from rest to particular given velocity. So by the help of that you can easily solve or sort out the question. Here with the help of these units, whatever I wrote on the board, I am just trying to give you the explanation that what is the need, why we are converting the units, and what is the role after the conversion of the unit into the same platform for solving the question. Okay? Okay. Yes, yes. One guy was asking to me, or is asking to me, that can I write only 3000 meter? Yes, you can write 3000 meter, but for the perfection purpose, because in the question the unit was given in term of kilometer per hour, that's why I wrote 3000 meter or 3 kilometer. Yes. Now we will move toward the second question, by which we will get u is equal to 18 kilometer per hour, v is equal to 36 kilometer per hour, and time is equal to 5 seconds. Here again we have to find out the value of A as well as value of S, total travel distance between initial velocity and final velocity. Yes. So again, as well as my previous example, we have to convert kilometer into meter per second, kilometer per hour to meter per second. So for 18 kilometer per hour, what we have to do, we have to apply the same trick, that we have to multiply 18 by 5 by 18. Whatever the magnitude will come, that will automatically converted from kilometer per hour to meter per second. So 18 into 5 by 18, that will be equal to 5 meter per second. So here you can easily see that how we can convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. Yes. So 5 meter per second, the final velocity v, that was 36 kilometer per hour. So for that, what we have to do, again we have to multiply 36 by 5 by 18, 18 2 ja 36, so that will 10 meter per second. Here by the help of four calculation, easily we can understand that how easily, how much easily we can change kilometer per hour to meter per second. So that will be equal to 10 meter per second. Here the interesting thing is that you can see sometimes a student makes a mistake for such kind of question. The velocity is given in the term of kilometer per hour. The velocity is given in the term of kilometer per hour, but the time is in frame of second. So there is no need for changing the unit of time, because that is already given in second, that will be equal to 5 seconds. So after that, again we have to find out the acceleration of the object during the velocity change and total travel distance in between the velocity change. So again nothing we will do, we will apply the same like basic formula for acceleration. A is equal to v minus u by t. Actually in physics we have to understand that on the behalf of the giving data we have to use the formula. Simply first of all write all the units, all the data, and just match it on your formula. For which formula, for which section the data is sufficient, we have to apply particular formula. So again A is equal to v minus u by t. So v is equal to 10 meter per second minus u is equal to 5 meter per second by total time taken is equal to 5. So after sorting out the numerical work, we will find that acceleration is 1 meter per second square. Again it's not necessary for me that how meter per second and second will convert into meter per second square, because meter per second by second is equal to meter by second into second, that will be equal to meter per second square. Yeah. So we did the thing. Okay. Now for the second question, what we have to find out? We have to find out the total travel distance. We have to find out the total travel distance. So for that what we are doing? For that what we are doing? Yes, here what is given? U is given, V is given, T is given, A is given, and we have to find out the value of S. So we will use the formula ut plus half at square. U is equal to 5. So 5 into total time taken is equal to 5 plus half into acceleration is 1, and T is equal to 5 seconds. So again 5 square. So after calculating the numerical work, we will get 37.5 meter per second. We will get 37.5 meter per second. 37.5 meter. So the total distance traveled during the velocity change of 5 meter per second to 10 meter per second in 5 seconds, that will be equal to 37.5 meter. So this is the correct answer. Afterward, moving toward the last topic, that one is circular motion. Circular motion is nothing. Might be possible that for 1 marks or 2 marks question will I ask that define the following 1 2 3 4 5, and in which one question is like uniform motion. Uniform motion is nothing, but we can define it in very easier manner. Like if any object is moving in a circular path, if any object is moving in a circular path, if any object is moving in a circular path, that will be known as circular motion. The motion will be known as circular motion. So if something is like moving like that in a circular path, then definitely the object will contain particular velocity. So for finding out, earlier what is the formula for finding the velocity? V is equal to displacement by time. So in other term, if we have to find out the speed, so it will come to distance by time. Okay, am I clear? Yes. So For one complete rotation of a circle, what will be the total distance? It means we have to find out the circumference of the circle. So circumference of the circle is nothing, 2 pi r. So speed is equal to 2 pi r by t. T is the time taken to complete one rotation on the circular path. Okay. So for today's online classes, what we discussed about the numericals, two types of numericals, how we can convert the unit from kilometer per hour to meter per second, and if the unit will be in meter per second, then what we have to do for time, we have to convert the time from meter or hour to second, and afterward we will sort out the question. Okay. So after doing this thing, the last topic was circular motion. So in circular motion, easily you can understand that for the distance we have to find out the circumference of the circular path or circle, and we will divide it by t, whereas t is known as time taken for the rotation or for the in the rotation, one rotation. So now proudly I can say that after discussion of circular motion and finding out the speed with the help of 2 pi r is the radius of the circular path, t is the time taken, pi is known as a constant, 22/7. We completed the chapter motion. So again now I am here to revise you the complete thing. In this chapter we discussed about motion, we discussed about law of motion, first law, second law, third law. First law, V is equal to U plus AT. Second law, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Third law, 2AS is equal to V square minus U square. In that we derived the three law of equation of motion with help of mathematical formula as well as graphical formula. After the derivation in both platform, we discussed about the numericals, that how we can sort out the question in the numerical. So we did all the things. Afterward, the completion of circular path. Now I am able to tell you clearly that we completed the chapter motion. Okay. So afterward, it's my request to all students, those who are in regular contact with me, that sort out all the questions, relevant questions which comes under the chapter of motion, define all the technical terms like motion, displacement, distance, covered up, mathematical law of equation of motion, derive them by the help of mathematical formula as well as graphical formula. What is the meaning of distance time graph, how we can obtain acceleration with the help of velocity time graph. Now with the help of two numericals, I am hoping that I clarify all the things and you will understand whatever I am trying to say. So after the completion, sort out the question, make the notes. Have a great day. Thank you.